Hi, everyone. My name is Nishant Chandra. I'm YeLo's co-founder and CTO. So moving ahead, YeLo's journey started in 2019. Today, we are a 45-member team with offices in Bangalore and Noida. We secured seed round of funding in June 2019. Just quickly explaining, if you're wondering what is the term YeLo, it comes from the Hindi word YeLo, take this. And YeLo is a digital bank, a neobank. And we have partnered with ICICI to offer banking solution to our consumers for the mass market. Our customers are blue collar workers. They are underserved by the banks, and not having a bank account is costly for them. Hence, we are building YeLo to be the digital bank for Bharat. The engineering team at YeLo consists of 16 engineers across different functions such as SD, DevOps, security. It's a small team, and pretty much all development and architecture that we have built has been done in-house. So before I just explain that, I like to say that YeLo is a bank, like the Bank of Spain, if you know what I mean. So in our consumer research, we asked consumers, "Aap savings kahan rakhte hain?" The answer was, "Ghar pe rakhta hu." On probing further, we realized that they either keep cash at home or give it to their family, who in turn will put it in a chit fund. Now, chit fund is an integrated offering. It's a combination of savings, investment, and risk cover. Contrast this with our needs, where just for savings, we have a multitude of options. YeLo solves such unique needs by providing access to savings account, to payments, interest-free credit, and protection tools right from the app. The services are accessible in local language. For example, today on the app, we support English, Hindi, and Kannada. The services are easy to use and affordable. In sum, YeLo is not just a digital app, or a digital banking app, but has flavors of a retail bank, from digital front end to cloud-hosted services. To the aspects, I'll discuss some of the business challenges and the architecture challenges that we faced. We started building the banking platform in January 2020. Two important business challenges that we faced at that time. Given we are a specialized bank and the profit pools are untested, we had to offer low-cost banking solution to our customers. The second important goal was a shorter time to market, or the ability to launch solutions and features and products faster and iterate on it. On the technology front is where things got more interesting. As Warren Buffett once said in a slightly different context, rule number 1, never lose money. And rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. To not lose money was a fundamental design principle. From a technology and risk perspective, this is very challenging, and it had a direct impact on the architecture. We have built a neobanking stack on AWS. The services within it constitute a portion of all the functionality required to run a bank, and it also powers our banking solution. So we'll discuss in deep about the architecture and how the data flows through different parts of the system. We are going to talk about the banking app backend and the payment system. As you would imagine, a bank stands for trust, and that translates to security and reliability. And this is reflected in the architecture that you see on this slide. The request originates at the top from the customer's app, passes through AWS WAF and the API gateway, and then hits a bunch of microservices. The architecture is divided into three distinct sections. The middle section, the middle blue section, hosts customer accounts. The right section handles processing payments. And the section on the left handles security configuration and monitors and prevents threat vectors. Now, I'd like to highlight two important points about this architecture here. For resilience, we have used microservices deployed on ECS and asynchronous processing using Kafka, which is MSK, and SQS. Secondly, accounts and ledgers are at the heart of the banking system. And for that, we used QLDB for realizing immutable ledger, as it has inbuilt data integrity functions. Further, our systems are PCI DSS certified. For PCI DSS certification, we looked at the blueprint provided by AWS in the form of Quick Start Guide. This gave us the template architecture. Now, based on best practices, we segregated our workload across different accounts. For enhanced security, we first partitioned the infrastructure at the AWS organization level, then at the VPC level, and then finally at the subnet level. We built service-to-service authentication and authorization using public infrastructure on top of IAM and systems manager, specifically the parameter store. On the PCI DSS front, Fargate emerged as the hero. It limited the scope of the assessment. There was no need for Bastion host to access the servers, nor a need to update and patch the servers. Using ECR, the container images were scanned for security issues. So in sum, we finally picked pre-certified AWS services, plugged it at the right place, and what we got was a simple, elegant, and secure architecture. And that was the moment. It was like having your own personal genie in the cloud. So I'd like to say that building a neobanking stack on AWS has been challenging. The PCI DSS compliance is arduous, and it takes many months and even years to complete it. We took 30% less time than what we had anticipated. By using Fargate, we reduced the pen test cost. I like to summarize by saying that security is hard, and AWS security services made it easier. The most important benefit of this particular architecture is that it reduced the operational risk so that the engineering can focus on product development. Finally, as the world economy slowly recovers from the corona pandemic, digital banking is going to be more relevant than ever. On the architecture that YeLo has built, we are going to onboard multiple banks and position ourselves to serve the next 500 million. And before we conclude, I'd like you all to hear this from the YeLo Banking app.
YeLo में आपका स्वागत है। अकाउंट खोलने के लिए आप अपना रजिस्टर्ड मोबाइल नंबर यहाँ डालें और नीचे दिया गया बटन दबाएं।